listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV. You are watching Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn presents A Better You. Lessons from the best coaches, consultants, and trusted advisors. I'm your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. And this show is all about lessons, presentations from people who are the best in their field across the globe. Let's meet our two presenters today. We have Teuta and Diann Floyd Boehm. Hello.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Hi. Nice to have both of you here. It's a pleasure. I'm getting a little feedback from somewhere. Does anyone have the show on another device?
I don't think so.
No, me.
Okay, so let's begin by introducing yourselves. I'm going to spotlight Teuta and just tell us a little bit about you and what you're going to be presenting today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Teuta Avdyli. I am an author, bestseller author of the book Born to Stand Out and Not to Fit In, soon to be released, the second book, Family Legacy of Love. I am a peace ambassador, motivational speaker, parenting and transformation coach. Today, I would like to share with you the top 8 tips, like how to stay confident while you building your dreams and not to burn out.
Hoping to get people who've always wanted to write and share tips on how they can begin.
Wonderful. 2 great topics. And Teuta has offered to go first, which is fantastic. So Diann, you and I will go backstage and we will be watching and listening and then interacting with Teuta afterwards.
Yep.
All right. Teuta, do you have a deck that you're showing today?
Yes, I have a presentation, so I'd like to share the...
Sure. Yep, you can share. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't see it. So if you can share.
Yes, I will now. I am sharing now.
All right. I don't see it yet. This is all I loved. There we go.
Yet.
There we go.
Not yet. Okay. So here it is. Can you? Okay.
All right.
Okay, let me just. Okay, as I presented myself, I am wife, I am a mother of 2 beautiful children, a bestseller author of the book Born to Stand Out and Family Legacy of Love, peace ambassador, motivational public speaker, transformation coach, and parenting coach. So this is my books as well, and some of my media and newspapers that I've been featured. So today I would like to share with you 8 steps for mompreneurs how to prevent burnout. So my 8 principles to be productive and successful mompreneur. So what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur are smart innovators, bring into existence something that did not exist before, renew or exist in a product or a service in a more fascinating way. They serve others in their uniqueness. Entrepreneurs, they take high-risk decisions, aiming to make a profit for long-term impact, bearing all the risks in order to make a difference in their life and in the world. So according to Women's Entrepreneurship in 2016 and 2017, it said that 11.6 million firms are owned by women, employing 9 million people, generating 1.7 trillion in sales, contributing to 8% of employment and contributing to 4.2% of revenues. So women are the most inspiring human being. Not only like being a mother, but they have innovated and amazing projects to become financially independent, to help their family, to contribute for the betterment of family, to the society, also to change the world. Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and to change the world." So women bring to the business different skills like multitasking, innovation, budgeting, communication, planning, time management, problem solving, creativity, and many more. The turning point for many mompreneurs is the day when the little sweetheart starts full-time at school, when at 5 years old. The moment when you are left a full day alone or even half a day free, child-free, and feeling bored and missing your darlings. So it's not a surprise that moms launch their own business, to do something different with their own life. So with today's revolutionized technology, we can achieve almost everything from a laptop, smartphone, and tablets, and doing the task in our own comfort. But building your vision isn't always easy. Robert Fritz said, "If you limit your choices only to what seems possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want, and all what is left is a compromise." So how to stay confident while building your dreams, goals, and your big why? Dennis Kimbro said, "The future never takes care of itself. It's taken care of, shaped, molded, and colored by the present. Our todays are what our yesterdays made them. Our tomorrows must inevitably be the product of our todays." So my first top tip is be yourself. James Mihane said that discover who you truly are and fully give every aspect of your uniqueness to the world. This is the path to an extraordinary. What I say and what I mean about be yourself is everything you do, everything you say, let it be yourself. Let it be you. Do you and be you. The simplest way is like looking on the mirror and say to yourself, I will do me and I will be me. So serve with generosity, then money will come. Many people think that they want to be rich quickly, and they, in their way, they become frustrated and overwhelmed. So when you do what you love, you will enjoy the process. And after that, you'll get some funds. You'll make some money. But the most important things, be you. Be and do you. I say that integrity plus dedication plus effectiveness, I summarize as equals to passion. The opposite of courage is in our society is not coordinates, it's conformity. Have your priorities right? How many of us do make themselves the priority for themselves? We all spend our time, we'll put our energy to our loved ones, to our friends, but do you really take care? Do you really take after yourself and prioritize yourself? Because you cannot, because we have to overflow, our cup has to overflow in order to pour to others. Otherwise, you can't pour from an empty cup. You are important as everybody else, and try to not replace those feelings of guilt, shame, and unworthiness with feeling of self-love, self-confidence, and empowerment. So whatever you do, please prioritize your rights. Because by the time that we realize, we'll see that we have left more summers behind than what is left in front of us. And then we ask ourselves, where are my dreams, my goals, my big why? And the simple question, the simple answer to that is the choices that we make. We know that there will be consequences. So, but no matter what, it is never too late to do the right thing. The third step, mindset to makeover. This is a very important task. I mean, the most important top tip that I can teach, actually. You know, how many of us said that, do you know that in order to make your dreams, your goals, and your big why, there must be a thinking involved, there must be feeling involved, behavior involved, and it must be also the set skills involved as well. Do you also agree that there are many people that have lots of talents, but they never use their talents because they might have the big dreams and goals and the big why, but if they have a limited beliefs, then they will disconnect from this passion and these goals that they have. So having the right mindset is very important. So to help you to move and to try to achieve your goals and your dreams, you have to master your mind. Otherwise, your mind will master you. So in this, I can give examples as well, but you have to, whatever your limited beliefs are. For example, in the future, in the past, I used one simple exercise. You can write down all your limited beliefs. You have to set your bar very low. You have to start with something that you really believe. Because if you start with something big and you don't believe that, then you will sabotage yourself. So say to yourself, in the past, I believed this or that. In the past, I used to feel. In the past, I used to behave. And then you have to replace that language, that pattern, so you make a shift on your subconscious minds. This is not a process that will happen in a click of the finger. It's a process that you have to do every day. Like, I am grateful and happy because I am grateful that I am awake and I can walk, I can talk. I am grateful that today I will establish these goals. So we have to work in ourselves. It's so important because if you don't believe, if you have limited beliefs, then that will not make you where you want to be. So positive thinking plus self-confidence equals to superpower. As Bob Proctor says, develop a mindset that aligns with the life that you truly want to live. This fourth one is get business clarity. I would say that first, before you start your business, you have to identify what you really want. What is your passion? What is the purpose behind that? And what is your message? Research. Once that you identify that, research every piece of information. Get wisdom, get knowledge. Like even if you have to hire someone, or even if you have look on the courses, invest on the courses, on the seminars, or everything, whatever it is, because there are two types of things. If you want to really reach what you want to do, is it that you are interested or if you are committed? And there are very big difference between them. So research every piece of information. Create a solution as a concept and seek field experts, networking with the right people in order for you to reach your goals faster. Again, know your message. What is your purpose? What is the message that you want to convey to people and the passion that is behind it? As Napoleon Hill said that we have amazing reservoirs of talents inside of us. You have to use our imagination in the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. Upgrade your knowledge. This is so important as well, because when you upgrade your knowledge, when it comes to knowledge and to experience, it is never enough. When you search about what you want to be expert on that field, not only that you have self-confidence and self-esteem, but you are expert on that field, and you believe in yourself that you can do it, and you'll not going to use that limited beliefs in yourself. So lead with 10% and learn with 90%. Be teachable, humble, and position yourself to be teachable and learn from others. Have the attitude that correct me, teach and grow in wisdom, and have that attitude that I don't know everything. Please teach me. Another tip that I would like to share with you is about the knowledge is, even if you like someone, for example, many times when I see like coaches, so when I see TED Talks, when I see YouTube videos, there are some things that I know. I see, for example, that person I see in me, and I see myself in them. And then sometimes we can simulate that thing, we can remodel it, it's okay. We can prototype that, and we can make it after our own uniqueness. Because even in my here where I live, there are many hotels, but none of them is the same. So we have our uniqueness. So don't be like the ego, stroke your ego, and be open and willing to learn, because knowledge is powerful but it's powerful when you use it. So business knowledge will help you to go to the top and reach your goals. Also, as well, what I want to share as well about knowledge is just be willing as well to learn and share with others as well. So another tip that I want to share is have a mentor. Bob Proctor says as well that a mentor is someone who sees more talents and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps bring out of you. Hire a mentor that's been there and can help you to reach your goals, your dreams, and your big why. Learn from them, because you can learn. In order for your business to grow faster, is always good to have someone in your side who can help you, who can improve your skills, inspire you, and motivate you, and to train you to be the best as the best that to reach your full potential. So always invest on mentors, because they've been there. They know how it feels. They have learned from their failures. Another tip is listen to your voice and to the voice of God. We hear many voices, and we love to help people, and it's okay, but sometimes we have to stop and think and listen to your heart, listen to your voice, and above, listen to the voice of God. Don't be like drawing in the noise of others, because do not get lost in the noise, but build yourself up, reach for the potential. And when I say about hearing the voice of God, whatever that may be a higher power for you, or whatever you believe is, I myself practice it, and when He gives me that ability, that confidence that I am in the right path. Because for me, it's very important. What I do, I love doing. This is not my job. This is my calling, and I take this very, very seriously. And that gives me the confidence that, okay, when I am incongruent and aligned with my purpose, with my vision, with my why, and with my whatever, to upgrade my knowledge and to match my destiny, then I am okay with that. And I know that I will not depart from the path that I have already started, and until I finish the race. Time for nothing. Neuroscience studies show that to develop time to doing nothing or taking a break from your hectic schedule. In fact, it helps you to relax enough to see the big picture and to allow creativity, fresh ideas, and innovation. And this time for nothing people that very well-known people like Albert Einstein admitted that many times he used that the most aha moments that he happened to have is when he was doing nothing. No time, just be with yourself, just listen to yourself, and just listen to your voice. And I am practicing that. It's amazing. Actually, it's a mind-blowing how much we can absorb just by being ourselves. And Stephen Jobs as well admitted that he's given attention to this idea of doing this every day in his life, time for nothing. Be grateful and thankful as well. This is very, very important, because if we are not grateful on little things, then we cannot be grateful and trusted for bigger things. So one of my quotes that I say is, before I even put my feet on the ground, I always say, thank you. What a privilege is to be alive, to breathe the fresh air, to thank, to see all the beauty that surrounds you, to enjoy, to love, to walk, to talk, to serve others. It's a truly an endless blessing. And build in your network as well, build in your circle. It's very good, and it's very important to connect with other entrepreneurs and female business women as well. Having the right connection, having the right people, having the right circle is very important, because as Les Brown says, actually, only with surround yourself only with the right quality people. Because, sometimes being not with the right people, it can drain our energy, and we are like in the midst of nowhere, and we have to, it's very time consuming energy as well. But yes, to build your dreams and your goals and your big why, you have to have the right network. And I want to close with the Les Brown's quote when it says, help others to achieve their dreams, and you will achieve yours. So I would like to recommend some books as well that is As a Man Thinketh, which is James Allen, Psycho-Cybernetic, which is Maxwell Maltz, and The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard. And above all, thank you very much for listening. I hope I am on time. Thank you very much.
Very nice, very nice, excellent. Lots of really good information. I think we could have a long discussion about it. Unfortunately, today our time is short, so we're not going to have any chit chat. But that was a great lesson, and I encourage everyone to go over to our YouTube channel, and they can watch it from the very beginning. Diann, are you ready to go?
I am, but that was a great lesson. I learned a lot and appreciated her sharing her talents.
Thank you.
And I really like the slides too. They're very attractive.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, Diann, I'm going to spotlight you, and Teuta and I are going to go backstage.
Okie dokie. Hello, everyone. It's so happy to have you here today. I'm excited to be sharing with you, especially if you're interested at all in becoming a children's author. Today is all about tips for aspiring children's author. And I'm Diann Floyd Boehm, an international award-winning author, and I'm so pleased to share with you some of the tips that I've learned along the way, so I hope you enjoy them. I want you to sit back and relax. For those who end up joining with the Better You, I have a slide for you so you can relax and just absorb the information. Today, what I'm going to be sharing is this overview first of everything. I want to talk about what young readers want, the twists and stories, the audience, the character, and the style of your writing. So let's get started. What young readers want? Well, first of all, kids love to be entertained. Just think about it. When we come over and visit our nieces and nephews or friends' kids, or maybe even our own, the first thing we end up trying to do with them is like, you want to play? Or we might read them a story, or we play peekaboo if they're really young. Kids love to be entertained. Another thing I would suggest is that you study what they like to watch and even some of the games they like to play. I think that's very important, because where do you start? And why would you want to write a story that they wouldn't gravitate to? So it's important to do your homework. Study what they like to watch and the games they like to play. And you would be surprised how many times young kids love some of the very simple games, ones that your grandmother or great-grandmother played. I played jacks. They love jacks, bouncing the ball and catching one, bouncing the ball and catching two. People always think they have to go get something that's, with their fingers, but actually just nice, simple games of pick up sticks. They just love it. It's the whole thing about games is engaging. And knowing this helps you understand some fun things that you might want to put into your stories one day. This helps you to decide what it is you want to write and the message that you want to convey. Another thing I want you to think about is why you want to be an author. Now, this is a topic that I spend a lot of time with, and you can take another Better You class about that. But today, I want you just to have in the back of your mind, as we go over some of the tips, to be thinking about what it is and why you're starting to feel the need to be a children's author. And write it down on a tablet. Have a tablet next to you and write down what you think right now about why. And then go back after you've done some of your homework, gone to Barnes & Noble or any children's bookstore close to you, sit down, study what the kids like, and then ask yourself again why you want to be a children's author. And you'll discover you're going to enrich what you first wrote down, and you'll learn more about yourself along the way. Another thing I'd like you to think about is I want you to ask yourself, what would your younger self want to read? Think about when you were a kid. What is it that you love to read? And maybe you even remember some of the things that you loved to read. I know I do. I loved Heidi. I loved my mom reading to me, Hansel and Gretel, all the classics. My dad, he did more of storytelling. But think about what it is that your younger self, would want to read. Is it about a pet? Is it about a person? Is it about dinosaurs? Think about it. And you might, if your parents are still with you on Earth, maybe you could even ask them especially if you were interested in books that are like for 3-year-olds. There might be some books that you don't recall, but your mama definitely remembers reading to you, and she can share that with you. Do your homework. And in gathering your homework, then ask yourself what message you want to convey through your main character. What message you want to convey through your main character. It's very important. Some other things to think about. Well, kids like stories about heroes. They like to see themselves in the story. So it's really important you write about what you know about, because kids can tell if you're not being truthful. So for example, if I was to write about a little girl, okay, that works. I'm a girl. I can do that. But I wrote about living in the snow and walking in the snow. My story would be a downer because I don't live up north. I have no idea what it's like to have to wake up to snow every single day. Down south, where I am in Texas, we don't get much snow, but when I've had the experience to be like in Minnesota, I was living in DC for a while, so we had a lot of snow, but not as a child. So for me, snow's just magical. But people that have to deal with it every day, they have a totally different take on it sometimes. So write about what you know, and the kiddos will be able to appreciate your story. Another thing, and things to think about, is to remember, don't preach your message. This is so important. Don't preach your message. Let the reader enjoy the story and discover the message. That's what's exciting. If you're preaching to them, what is the first thing you do? Like if your mother goes, I want you to go do this, and I told you, la, 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 you need to behave such and such a way. In our family, we don't do this. And what happens? You just close your ears. It's the same thing in reading the book. The book will, they'll close it. But if you engage in the story, they'll ride along with you, and in the end, they will catch the message. So how do we go about that? I like to say, let's talk about the twists of a story. So I have some samples for you within some of my books. So this is Harry the Camel, and this one is in Arabic. But what about Harry? So Harry doesn't like himself. Well, there's lots of books about that. But what I did a little bit different is I made the character a camel, and he has a hump. And he doesn't like himself. He wants to be a horse. But in the end, because of what happens in the story, he discovers there's nothing better than who you are. And isn't that wonderful, the message? And that's why you need to think about the message you want to convey. And the little girl in the moon, now she is a moonling and she lives on the moon. And she wants friends. Well, there's lots of books about friends. So how did I do that differently? I did that differently by creating the moonlings and a little girl actually living on the moon. And then I thought, how can I do something different? So this was the first book I ever illustrated. And so in my illustrations, I used the phases of the moon to slowly bring about how the little girl in the moon looks. And by the end of the story, the young kids are like, oh my gosh, she looks so different. And it's because I read them at the schools. But in the end, they discover the message that just because you look different doesn't mean you can't be my very best friend. And I could go on and on about the other twists and turns of my story, but I also want to share with you a couple of my favorites. There's this story that not many people talk about, but it was a really fun story, and it's called The King Who Couldn't Smile. And people tried all different ways about making him smile. And it's a fun story to read, especially when like a kid's kind of sad and the mother's trying to figure out how on earth to get this kid happy again. And this book is just a delightful way to make that happen. And so it has a really fun twist. And the kids are always giggling because by the end of the story, the king is doing a headstand. So he's automatically smiling. You have to read it to see it. It's so adorable. And then there's Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Now, most people will say, do not have long titles. But for some reason, kiddos just love to say that title. I think because there's so many great adjectives, terrible and horrible and no good. And plus you can relate to it. And it's just a fun story to read. And the twists and turns in the story that take place. And by the end of the story, the kid is happy again. And the kids discover that even if you have a bad day, it can always get better. And so he's happy. So you want twists in your story. Now for the audience. You want to know who you're writing for. Are you writing for babies, for preschool, kindergarten, first grade, and up? And how do you decide? Well, for me, it was pretty easy because I taught school. And I'm a storyteller anyway. And so I kind of knew exactly where I wanted to go. But for you guys who know you want to get a message out there, what I would suggest is to go to your local bookstore in your area and just sit down and relax. Observe the children, observe what books they're picking, what makes them tick, listen to the language with their family, but don't over listen, and enjoy reading the stories yourself. And pick out different ones, pick out a baby book, pick out a preschool book, etc. And it will come to you and you will discover where you want to start. And that I want to share with you, where you want to start. Just because you decide you want to write for kindergartners doesn't mean you have to write there for them all the time. The more you write, the more stories will come to you that you want to share, and it'll have different age groups, and that's very natural. Now for the character. Do you need the character in the message that you're trying to convey? Do you want it to be a child? Do you want it to be an animal? Maybe it's the parents you want to have. So you need to decide on the character that matches the message. And you want to think about the background. What is the name? What is the age? What's the place of birth? The current location they are now? What grade they're in? Also within the character, their physical appearance, how it works with your message, their eye color, their hair style. Is it long? Is it short? Their build. And why is the build important? Maybe it has to do with the message. Maybe it's about kindness and not bullying people who might have a little bit more substance to them. Kindness is everything. And the way you decide the character and the physical appearance helps with your messaging. The details of the character are important. Do you want them to have a favorite toy, a friend, a saying? Do you want them to have a favorite style of clothing, a favorite color? Maybe they have a mannerism all about them. All these details are really important. And maybe they won't come out in your story, but they're in your mind. And then that helps you write your message. And that's part of that background. And I truly believe in every one of my stories have a background. And you would have to meet with me independently to hear some of the fun backgrounds that I've come up with for my characters. And it's exciting. I just love it. And I want you to have that excitement too. So depending on the message, having a background helps you with your message. Do they have family? What are their friends like? Again, their age. Were they the firstborn, a middle child? I'm the only girl out with 5 boys. What about your character? What are they like? Are they the baby? And the setting. Is it in the wintertime, the summertime, Christmas time, a holiday? All these things play a role in the message that you're trying to convey. Their personality goes a long way too. So you want to make sure you decide on their personality. Then we have the writing, the style. Rhyme or traditional. For me, I write traditional. I'm not very good at rhyming. But some of my other friends that I've come to know, they love to write stories in a rhyme. And so write what you feel comfortable with. And again, your story will be a success because you're being true to who you are and conveying your message. You always want to carry a notebook with you because you never know when an idea is going to pop in your mind. And you need to write it down right then, because it'll leave you as quickly as it came. So try to carry a notebook with you, and you'll be surprised about how many ideas pop in your brain when you go for a nice walk. So that wraps it up. I hope you enjoy your writing. Remember to embrace imagination and share your imagination with the world. And you can always contact me at diannfloydboehm.com. I'm on Instagram, on Amazon for my books. I have my website and my newsletter, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, Dr. Jacalyn.
Excellent. I love the passion that you have comes through so much, doesn't it, Teuta?
Wow, I learned so much as well. So many nuggets there. It's like open your wallet and let the gems to come in.
Oh, thank you.
That's so good.
You know what I love? What I love also is now you two are going to be connected. Now you two will remember you shared this stage together, and who knows where that can go. So I want to thank
you very much for this opportunity. Sorry to interrupt. Thank you. I really appreciate you for the amazing work that you do in like connecting each of us and doing an amazing job. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being. It's an honor and pleasure to be. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're both wonderful. I will let you go as the Pet Psychic Show is starting in 4 minutes, I think. So thank you both. Have a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you both again. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, folks, we have the Pet Psychic Show is coming up in 3 minutes. So please do join us. We will be right back. And our guest is Krista, and Amina and I will be interviewing her from WAG Out Loud. Bye.